This is the plaintiff, Nuno Pereira. He says he purchased a 1986 dump truck from the defendant. And as it turned out, the defendant didn't own the dump truck and had no right selling it to him in the first place. Now he's stuck with a truck he can't use because he got hurt at work and can't sell because the title's all messed up. He's suing the defendant for $6,000, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Anthony Pusateri. He says he sold the plaintiff the dump truck, and almost a year later, the guy told him he was having trouble registering it at the DMV. He told the plaintiff he'd happily fix the problem, but the guy never took him up on the offer. And now he's turning around and suing him for twice the truck's original purchase price? Really? He's accused of trucking things up.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a dump truck from the defendant, but the defendant didn't have title to it, so it got all screwed up. Now, the defendant says a year later the plaintiff complained and he offered to help. So tough. It's the case of trucking things up.
Thank you, Douglas. Nuno Pereira, you are suing the Truck and Auto Salvage Company, represented here by Anthony Pusateri.
Yes.
You are the owner or manager?
It's a family business. My father's the owner.
For $6,000 that you say you are owed as a result of them selling you a, what kind of truck?
Dump truck.
Dump truck that can't be titled. Tell me what happened.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Nuno Pereira, and I'm here today basically because I bought a dump truck from the defendant's business on December 2nd, 2012.
So you bought this dump truck from them December 20th, 2012?
December 2nd.
December 2nd. All right. And
I'm sorry, December 20th.
December 20th. And do you have a picture of the dump truck?
I don't have a picture.
What's it look like? I'm trying to figure out.
A big dump truck that goes
What's
up.
What's big? How many feet?
It's a F8000.
So it's how many feet?
About, I want to say 20 feet, maybe 16 feet.
Okay, and then the big thing goes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and you bought that for what business?
I was looking to, start a small little business as far as doing demo jobs and, yard removals.
Okay.
And I have the title.
Now that's the title you got at the point of sale, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you bought it from that company, but the name on the title is not that company.
Yes.
So why did you accept it?
I bought it from this gentleman here. He was the...
Well, the name on the title is not this gentleman here either.
Yes, I understand, but...
In fact, the name on the title is a company, and the name on the back signed is a guy that is neither that guy nor the other guy working next to him, or the other guy was just like another guy. It's the prior... Oh, the name on the title is 2 owners ago from you.
On the front of the title or the back?
Yeah, let's start with that. The front of the title, which means what it's titled under. Hand it over. Hand over the title. Okay. The front of the title says Consigli Construction Company Corp. They're going to love to find out that they sold a car in 2007 to purportedly Fred, and that Fred never registered it. 2007, 7 years ago, and their name is still on this. Okay? Then they signed it over to Fred in 2007, and Fred apparently never registered it?
I guess not.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you because you sold it. So...
Well, he sold it to me as junk.
Who sold it to you?
Fred.
As junk?
Yeah, because we do auto salvage.
But you sold it to him as not junk. You sold it to him for how much?
$3,000.
Okay. And part of a sale is that it has to be something he can register.
Right.
So where's Fred?
Fred is dead.
Fred's dead.
Fred's dead.
Oh. This is like Pulp Fiction. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Oh, my gosh.
He was my star witness.
All righty. Fred is dead. When did Fred die?
Fred died in May because I had
tried to reach Fred?
I tried to reach Fred and found his obituary. If he was alive, I mean, in my evidence, it's the paperwork, him selling it to me with the title that had his name on it, so.
Did you ever make an, okay, first of all, what happens is you get the truck and then you keep it for how many months?
I kept it for about, I still have it until today, so I still.
But before you squawk, it's when?
Well, Well, I originally bought the truck to start a business with. I had a, job at the time, and I was looking once I buy the truck to start my own business. However, on January 30th of 2013, I got injured at my job, which I'm still currently injured and receiving workman's compensation and benefits. So, I thought it was going to be something small that I can get back to work and go on with about my business, and it didn't happen that way.
So you bought the dump truck in December, and your first time you complained to him is when you try to sell the truck in November. So you had it for a year without registering it. Why did you have it for a year? Because what should have happened is you should have looked at this and said, what the heck? There's, it's not in your name. How about it's not being signed over to me? How did you intend to register this?
It's my first time. I figure it's a big company.
First time what? Owning a car?
No, buying a, truck.
But how about if you just buy a car? It's the same problem. Have you ever bought a car?
I bought a car.
So you know that you're neither buying it from Consigli Construction Company, gosh, we really ought to call them, nor from Fred. So you know there has to be a problem here.
Not really, because I trusted the business.
Why would you trust a business? They're a wreck company getting rid of wreckage. Why would you? That's ridiculous.
They're a big company.
I'm asking you about why you acted incompetently, and your answer is because they're untrustworthy. Why did you register? Every time you buy a car, you register it. Why did you register this one?
They told me that I was going to need repairs done to it, and I agreed. I knew there was going to need repairs done. However, when I got hurt, I wasn't able to pay for the stuff to get done.
Okay, I hear all of your reasons for why you didn't do okay. But what I don't understand is what do you expect me to do with this? You own it for a year without making the slightest bit of effort. In fact, how long did you own it? But you're a salvage company. How long did you guys own it without? How long did Fred own it without? From 2007 to when? You bought it when?
We bought it July 7th, 2012.
So from 2007 to 2012, Fred doesn't register it. Then you get it from Fred, and you know that he's jumping title, that he never registered it, but you don't care, because according to you, we bought it for salvage. But you still sell it as salvage.
Well, I admit that the paperwork wasn't great.
Oh, you think? Because it's like the only, like if he was complaining about how it runs,
right.
We'd be laughing, we'd be done, I'd be on to my afternoon latte. The problem is that the one warranty you give when you sell something is that they're going to be able to title it.
Yes, sir.
But then what do you think I do with you when you own it for a year? Most times I have this case when the guy gets the title, he didn't give me the title, I bought the car, I drove it home, he promised me to give me the title, gave it to me the next day, and look, Judge, it's a catastrophe, I can't register. I'm not using it, I have it parked in my mother's backyard, I haven't been able to register the car, I want my money back. Boom. No. And it all happens like this. You apparently do not care. And the dog ate your homework, I hurt my back, I got a workers' comp case, I'm not allowed to work because then I mess up my workers' comp case. I don't care. You owned it a year. What am I supposed to do with that? You think it's supposed to be a free year for you? How do I know you weren't using it or he wasn't using it? I don't know who he is. But other people weren't using it while you had it for a year. Apparently nobody cares. Fred didn't care it's not registered to them. You don't care it's not registered to you. And you don't care it's not registered to you until somebody cares. And that's when it matters. Well, that's when you finally want to do things nice and legal, is when you're trying to sell it and the 2 buyers or 3 buyers say, what the hell, you don't even own it. Right? Have I got it? So what am I supposed to do?
I figured with a bill of sales and a title, I didn't know I'm required to go right away to get it registered. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you should have 12 minutes or 12 days.
If I had,
it's just 12 months I'm not really feeling.
I understand. I mean, if that's a mistake I've made on my part, I guess there's nothing I can do in that part.
How exactly is this going to get fixed?
Well, when he came to me, I offered to try to get him a new title. I said I could have it in a week or 2 because obviously it's not in my name. It's not even really in Fred's name.
How are you going to do it?
Go to the registry, show him the bill of sale from Fred to me, and hopefully try to figure something out. But he wanted compensation because he had a sale lined up the next day, which I obviously wasn't going to do.
Compensation? You said I want compensation because I lost my sale?
No, because of that. Because, by law, I figure if you sell something to somebody, you should know what's right or wrong about it, and I figure.
Do you think when you buy something from somebody, you shouldn't be able to sit on it for a year? You know what it costs to rent a dump truck? $90 a day. Should I do the math?
No.
It's not going to look good for you, is it?
No.
Who is the gentleman next to you who keeps raising his hand?
He's my witness, basically, when I went to the registry and tried to, put the title in my name. And
what'd they tell you?
The registrar said, we cannot register this truck because it's an illegal sale. That's what she
It's
said.
absolutely not an illegal sale. She doesn't know what she's talking
Well,
about. Did she say there was another title in Fred Gurley's name?
She said there is another title in the name of Fred Gurley, and the only way you can register this truck is you have to get that title. And my opinion in this whole thing is I was witnessing what happened and all that, and he should know the business because he's in the business of selling.
Oh, please stop. This is, yeah, I'm not feeling that little argument because he's a grown man. He's not in diapers. He's bought cars before. He knows, and he didn't even bother to register a vehicle he bought. So your hands are completely unclean. Okay, but no matter what, even if I did what you're asking me to do, which is to undo this sale, you think you're going to keep a dump truck for a year and get back your money?
That wasn't my intention.
Well, what is your intention?
My intention was to get it repaired and fixed, but once I got
You're
hurt,
not listening. I don't care about your best laid plans that didn't work out for you. I care about what your intentions are in my courtroom. What is your intentions in my courtroom? It's to get him to pay you back, not just $3,000, but $6,000, which I'm not even sure why. Get him to pay you back $6,000. And then you got to keep a truck for a year. You think, what planet are you living in that you think I would do that? I'm never going to do that.
No problem.
You know, what I hate is to, just walk off and rule, and then that's that. I kind of, would like to figure it out so that you have an asset that you can sell. Court is in recess.
All rise.
So, if there's no title the defendant can supply, does the plaintiff get to undo the deal?
Yes.
Oh, that was a good answer. An unsure but good answer. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
No? Why?
Wait, yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, it sounds like you kind of
Definitely 100% he can undo the deal, because if he tries to resell the car in the future, how does he have proof that, that car, it could definitely be stolen. We don't even know.
The car could have been stolen. The guy tried to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Going inside the courtroom.
Listen to me. You're certainly not walking out of here with a penny, but you have not you personally, but your people, your firm has some culpability in this. Mm-hmm. And I am ordering you to make your best efforts to try to clear up this title.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't just say this is your problem. So I'm going to reserve ruling in this case. Okay? You best be quiet, because I was just about to just throw you out of here and tell you you're on your own. You sat on this problem for a year, and if you think I am stupid enough to think that you didn't use that truck in a year or let others use it for hire, you don't know me. Okay? I am not a fool. No one has an asset, a dump truck that they forget about. You know how that's always happening? You forget you have a dump truck for use out there? Okay? All right? I'm not stupid. It's a year. If you'd had it a month, a week, you couldn't title it, you went out, you tried to title it, I don't understand the problem. He told me I could title it. Then I'd buy that you're just kind of foolish and don't know what you're doing. But you sat on this a year, you used it a year, so truth be told, I don't care if you used it or not. You had it a year and could have used it a year.
But by the city
and I don't
law,
believe, by the way, that you didn't use it. But by now, no, listen up. All right. Now that's it. Now what's going to happen is that you're on your own. Verdict for the defendant. That's it. Figure it out. I find that because you sat on this problem for an entire year and did nothing, it is now your problem to unravel.
All right, both sides, hold on right now.
Well, it looked like the plaintiff was about to get a dismissal. Instead, he gets ruled against. Step right here next to me. Turn around right here. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to try to find the best way to get, legal actions done to get my truck back. Get, my money back and get the truck going.
All right. Okay. All right. Head around the corner there and come on in here and put yourself in his shoes without a legal title.
It's tough. Should have got a legal title.
Yeah, well,
I honestly, not out to screw anybody. I'll still help him get the title right.
You gonna reach out to him?
Absolutely.
Right.
I feel bad.
What do you make of this, Army?
Okay, the key here, when you sit on your hands too long, you end up compromising your rights to a case. When you know your rights have been violated, you need to act promptly.